Hey, everybody. Welcome to Hot and Sweaty Cookie Decorating with Lauren. Thankfully, I'm just going to show you all a video because it is so crazy hot here in Kentucky. And even though I'm inside in the air conditioning, I literally am dying. So, are you all like that where you live? I mean, it's insane hot here. So, the cookie that I'm going to decorate for you all is this adorable little ghost cookie. And this is done using royal icing stenciling. And so I wanted to share with you um, some of my very favorite stenciling tools. First of all, I'm going to show you this one. This is by Stencil Genie. And this is the one that I use with my stencils when I am doing airbrushing. I love this one. It's magnetic. You just plop the stencil right in the center of it, and then you plop it on the cookie. In fact, I'll show you how it works. Because I know when I was first starting out cookie decorating, I had no idea what to use. So this is the stencil. There's a thick and a thin side, and you just pop the stencil on top like this. This is magnetic, so it holds it, and it holds your stencil. You sit it right on top of your cookie. Works out great. Now, you can also get a screen genie. This is an airbrush screen. You can tell that I recently used it and I have not washed it off yet. But the way that this works is you sandwich your stencil. You put the stencil and then you put or this bottom of the stencil genie, then your stencil. Then you put the screen. Then you put the other part of the stencil on top. And this is perfect when you are using airbrushing because it doesn't bleed. I mean, it makes an incredible difference when you are airbrushing. But the stencil that I'm using, or the stencil holder that I'm using in this video, is by the Sweetest Tears. I absolutely love, love, love this. It does the same thing. You can take the top off. But the thing about the reason that I love this is it has this little plastic thing. So with this month's cookie cutter set, I actually included an outline of the ghost cookie that we're going to do. So you would just put this underneath here. You would put your stencil on it so that it was above where you want it to be. And then every time you take a cookie off, because you have the picture of the ghost underneath, you just stick the cookie on top of that outline and you can stencil, 500 ghosts. So I love that one. That one's by the Sweetest Tear. This one works incredibly well when you are doing royal icing stenciling. I mean, I was convinced by a friend of mine to get this, and I thought, I don't need it because I have the other one. But for royal icing stenciling, this one truly is fantastic. So the cookie that we're going to decorate is the little ghost. And tell me who has done royal icing stenciling, because it is such a fun, easy way to decorate cookies. You can make them so fast. So this is the cookie cutter, and this is the stencil that we're going to use in the video. So let me know in the comments. Well, say hi so I'll know you're here. And then let me know if you like royal icing stenciling or you like airbrushing. When I first started, I only did airbrushing, and then I got more comfortable with royal icing stenciling. And that is what I prefer because I do not like getting out my airbrush gun. How about you all? So as we're going, just tell me which one you like more because I'm always curious. So I am getting ready to decorate the cookie. I'm going to show you. This is our cookie cutter and stencil set in our Cookie Cutter of the Month Club, which is a stencil and a cookie cutter. It's a surprise. They always go together and they ship out to our subscribers once a month, and it's always themed. So, hey, Lisa. So I will put the link for this in the comments if that's something that you all are interested in. It's really fun to get something in the mail every month. I mean, instead of a bill, right? So here's the cookie cutter of the month. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you the video because that way I can answer any questions that you have while we are watching it. So let's remove this and let's start this. Be sure and ask any questions that you have. Ghost cookie. So I have created a, hold on, let's go back to the beginning. Here we go. This is the set in our cheerful box. This is everything that now let's do our cute ghost cookie. So I have created a stencil that you all can print off if you have this particular stencil holder. You just put it underneath the plastic part on the bottom, and that tells you exactly where to put your ghost. That way, if you're doing multiple ghosts, you'll know where the placement needs to be for each one. I'm just using piping icing. I'm going over the holes. You definitely want to make sure that you use piping icing because flood icing will go underneath the holes and you will not have good luck with your stencil. So I'm just filling it all with the piping icing, and then I'm going to just use a scraper to go over top of all of these. And if the color mixes together a little bit, that's perfect. That's kind of the look that I'm going for. That's why I did not make this a two-part stencil. So I'm going to take my scraper and I'm just going to put some pressure. And so that's why you want to make sure that your ghost cookie is completely dry. Now I'm going to make sure that the part that I've stenciled is completely dry also before I go on to the next step. It takes about an hour. It doesn't take a long time because there is not a ton of icing. Then I'm going to move the ghost cookie underneath the part of the stencil that has the eyes and the mouth. I'm going to go over top of it with my black and scrape exactly like I did before. And then that's going to create the eyes and the mouth. So since you're putting some pressure on this, you definitely want to make sure that your flowers are completely dry before you go on to this next step. And that's done. How easy was that? So just some little tips about this. What I mentioned in the video, I first covered my cookie in white, and I always do that 24 hours before I'm going to decorate with the royal icing stenciling over top, or 12 hours, not 24 hours, 12 hours, because you do put a little bit of pressure on your cookie when you are stenciling with royal icing. So you definitely want to make sure that your cookie is good and dry. Do you see how it kind of mixed the colors together? I think that just makes it so much cuter. So the thing I love about doing cookies like this is it's so fast. I mean, you could have 24 cookies and you could stencil these, I mean, in 15 minutes. Because all you do once they're dry is you just put one under, lift it up, put the next one, lift it up, put the next one. It's really fast. So if you are a newer cookie decorator, you don't need 15,000 designs. You get a good cookie cutter and a stencil, and you are good to go. So that is how you stencil. Well, come here, baby. I don't know if you all were on yesterday, but we are watching a precious little puppy this week, and he is the cutest thing. I love him so much, but he likes to bark a little bit, but he's only a baby. So, right, he's just talking. Again, this cookie is part of our cookie cutter and stencil of the month club. We also have the cookie subscription box, the cheerful box, which has that design and then a bunch of other really, really cute ones. If you are new here, the cheerful box is a coordinated set of cookie cutters and a stencil and an online decorating class that goes right to your door. Now you can get this set for, I think it's 17 more days, and then we'll go on to decorating the fall set. And so our fall set's going to come out, and then our Christmas set is after that, and they are so, so, so cute. So does anybody have any questions about stenciling? Let me tell you one thing about stenciling too, and I mentioned this in the video, but it is really important when you're stenciling with royal icing that you use a thicker consistency of icing. You don't want to use the consistency of icing that comes right out of the bowl, because that's like for florals and that's way too thick, and you'll have trouble scraping it across. But you also do not want to use a runny consistency because it will go underneath the stencil. So the best is like a toothpaste consistency, which is about what I use for my piping icing. So thank you for watching. Tomorrow night I was going to do another video, but I'm having some tooth problems, so I'm going to move that video to next week, because I have a feeling my mouth is going to be super, super sore tomorrow, and I'm not going to want to get on here. So who knows, my face might even be swollen. But thank y'all for watching, and just watch out on my page for my upcoming lives. And again, if you go to cheerfulbaker.com, you can find out more about the Cheerful Box, the cookie cutter of the month. And then also be sure and check out my blog. I have a new blog post today, and it's all about tools that you use for cookie decorating. And I have my favorite tools. I have links for where you can find them. And I get questions a lot about the tools that I use. So I hope that that is a helpful resource for you all. And that's it. Have a cheerful night. Bye.